We're live on YouTube. What's up, guys? Another week of Inside of BA's Room. You know how it goes. Going live on Twitter right now. And we're
What's
live.
up, Twitter?
What's up, Twitter? And of course, Facebook Live. In 3, 2. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Inside of BA's Room. Of course, I am your host, Inside of BA. Joining alongside me is none other than Tim-Ohh, Tim-Ohh Ciampa.
Tommaso. I think Tommaso sounds better. I know you want to get the Tim-Ohh in there, but Tommaso.
Okay.
It's kind of close.
So, okay. I guess I was wrong for the second straight week. But thank you for joining me for the second straight week, Tim-Ohh.
No problem.
Tim-Ohh Ciampa. Of course, as always, hit everybody with the social media for anybody that's new.
Yeah, all of our social media accounts, along with our blog, will be included in the description of this video with direct links. So make sure you give us a like, give us a follow. As always, a huge, huge shout out to My Fantasy Sports Talk. Search for them and our podcast on Facebook, right? They're on Facebook.
What is it?
My
They have a
Fantasy
website.
Sports Talk. They have a website.
They have a website, yes.
And you can find our podcast and blog on their website as well.
Of course. And if you all didn't know, I start your week off every week with the rumors. Your wrestling week begins with Insider BA's Rumor Mill. Of course, if you didn't know that, we're going to be going live on Twitter, of course, tonight with Monday Night Raws tonight, SmackDown Live tomorrow. There's going to be a nice special segment tonight involving Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Ronda Rousey. It's going to be a press conference. And anything, if you guys have any questions for Alexa Bliss, basically it's use hashtag #AskAlexa, and maybe you'll get on the show. We put a question on there. Go check it out on Twitter, of course, @_SmackTalk to see what we want to know. Check out that question on there. But right now, of course, for people on Twitter, what's up? I have the comments for Facebook in front of me. If you all wanted to, of course, communicate with me, I like to shout you guys out. But of course, this is my rumor mill. And to start off, today's top rumors is what's the deal with Asuka in this TLC Championship match this upcoming Sunday. The rumored Hall of Fame inductees that are rumored right now so far. Well, what's going on with The Rock is going to be at the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. What's his plans? And who are the favorites or favorite, depending how you look at it, the betting odds basically for the Women's Royal Rumble at the moment. Still 6 weeks away from that Royal Rumble.
It's coming up quick though.
Coming up quick. I remember talking about the Rumble like it was yesterday.
I mean, we got what, TLC and then
Royal Rumble. Like, of course, you got that Happy Holidays coming up, and then
after this pay-per-view, hopefully we start building up the Rumble properly.
Of course,
maybe
we usually have our what is it? Talking our Rumble talk. Talking Rumble. Can't remember what it was called last year. We'll have to look back on our.
But I hope they give it as much love and advertising and build as they did these Saudi Arabia shows. But
we will see. But of course. It is the holiday season. I bought the ugly. I don't think it's ugly at all. It's very holiday festive Ric Flair sweater. I'll keep these lights off because if not, they will get overheated after 30 minutes, and then it will probably die. Out of a plan to hold on to you guys for 30 minutes, though. This is usually a quick show, but today's top rumors we already discussed. But rapid rumors, you know how it is. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. If you don't want to be spoiled, I suggest you leave, but share everything before you go. For the people that are here, shalom, what's up? But of course, first rapid rumor I have for you is Queen of the Ring. I typed Queen on the Ring. Typo on my part. I apologize, and I said it live on our show. Queen of the Ring tournament is being rumored for the WrestleMania after that pay-per-view for after WrestleMania. Like they have the Saudi Arabia show happening. Of course, no women competitors can compete on the show again in Saudi Arabia. So there is a potential all woman pay-per-view in the works that coincide with that Saudi Arabia show, and the format for this said show is supposed to be a Queen of the Ring, more so like the King of the Ring.
King of the Ring.
I like it, definitely.
I like that idea. Here's how I think they could do it perfectly. Get rid of that stupid Saudi Arabia show.
Yeah.
And have King of the Ring come back.
Yep.
You know how they did that stupid Best in the World tournament?
Yeah.
Don't ever do anything like
that again.
That was terrible.
Yep.
But, do it the right way like you used to do it. King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Same pay-per-view, come up with a cool or corny nickname. You never know what they're going to come up with.
Of
but
course.
put those both together
As one?
pay-per-view. Yeah.
But I see what they're doing. This is like to counter all the men performing
I know.
on
That's
Saudi
why
Arabia.
I said get rid of that one.
Oh, you're just saying get
rid of it.
Saudi Arabia pays a lot of money. But moving on to the next rapid rumor, Alexa Bliss has been cleared to compete, but it's not like to the full extent. She has been allowed to do light bumps and has had limited amount of physical activity, but has not been like fully cleared, but partially cleared to return to the ring. So I don't see them forcing it.
She's been cleared to resume physical activity.
Correct, which is why she's been at the Performance Center.
Probably not enough to
put on a
take
match.
Any hits to the head or any concussion-like
correct
activities.
Right, just like Becky Lynch on the SmackDown side. I actually have a rapid rumor about her. She has been cleared for a competition following her concussion, but her broken nose that she suffered from Nia Jax is causing her a problem. Like it's not. I don't know if it's healing, but she is still expected to be part of the match this upcoming Sunday. The fact that the TLC match is a triple threat means that Lynch could be protected throughout the match, even if she is deemed 100%. She isn't deemed 100%.
Broken noses are tough because they're extremely sensitive for a long time. Like you've seen in basketball, they wear the masks.
Yeah.
In basketball,
Cody Rhodes wore one.
Yeah.
Dashing Cody Rhodes to broken Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, you get the mask. Even that isn't like 100% protection. Could be some sinus issues, some breathing issues because of swelling. You never know. There's a lot of complications with that. So definitely glad to see
I can see her competing, but not to the full extent. I can definitely see why Asuka was thrown in the match. There actually is one of the top rumors. Why is she in the match? I'm gonna get to it. But the next rapid rumor, of course, Royal Rumble is the next pay-per-view after TLC. And 6 weeks, there's gonna be a 6-week build, of course. But there's been a strong rumor about this guy from NXT to be called up, and it is not Lars Sullivan, but he may debut at the Rumble. This is EC3, former Derek Bateman. If you guys remember the original NXT, he was original NXT called as Derek Bateman, and then he went to TNA, became Ethan Carter III, and then they shortened it to EC3. He was actually rumored to be called up after SummerSlam, but an injury pretty much made those plans go to waste, which probably was beneficial to the point that he probably would get lost in the shuffle.
Right.
So he is strongly rumored to be one of the next call-ups to the main roster, perhaps during or after the Royal Rumble in January. So stay tuned for that.
If you're paying attention to NXT over the weekend, he had a nice little stare down with Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, him and just this little
interesting. I've read the spoilers for NXT, and stay tuned to see who's going to compete with Tommaso Ciampa at TakeOver January. But TLC is this Sunday, of course. I got 2 rumors for you revolving around the TLC pay-per-view. Basically, is Braun Strowman going to be there? If he is not fit to compete, which I heard a report that he is now fit to compete. I'm saying not fit to compete, but he's looked to be on the upward trend.
Okay.
To maybe competing this Sunday. But if he is not, there is a rumor, of course, this is an old rumor, but it's more of like it's coming back. Bray Wyatt, who today deleted all his tweets and wrote a tweet saying, what was it? Basically,
I'm a new man or something.
Today I am a
new man, a new person.
Yeah, basically today I'm somebody new. So I don't know if he's going to debut tonight or re-debut or return tonight, I should say. But he could end up returning at TLC, challenging Baron Corbin for the control of Monday Night Raw. The way I could see them playing out this storyline, of course, Bray Wyatt was a former leader of the Wyatt family with Braun Strowman. So that could be a way of giving Strowman his title match, even though he never competed. And of course, Bray Wyatt finally has the whole world in his hands by being the general manager.
Universe in his hand this way, even bigger
in his hands by controlling Monday Night Raw for their next future.
I mean, I feel like they just have no idea what to do with him. So they're kind of. I like that they're at least trying to bring him back. Please make it something interesting. Because
I'm actually
Baron Corbin is killing Raw
Yes.
single-handedly.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of TV time. He shouldn't. I'm actually kind of against this rumor. I don't want him to come back for just a layup storyline because Strowman's hurt. I know they could probably tie it in and all that, how they're working together, but I would rather have him. Actually, I don't know, because it's like he's gonna date. I'd rather him return in the Rumble as a surprise.
Yeah,
I could see that happening. Return as a surprise, and then he'll probably get lost in the shuffle as always.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just
a big return like that too. You don't want to see him come back, lose, and then just be forgotten about.
Exactly.
People, that won't even be an afterthought.
Going back on Strowman, I thought there's been a report, like I said, he will be fit to compete by this Sunday. Of course, there's so many conflicting reports, you don't know what's true. But the match itself, if he is cleared to compete, could be a very short one, with Strowman squashing Baron Corbin in a matter of minutes in order to not overdo his surgically repaired elbow.
Right.
So that's a good way to do it. Speaking of returns, in a way, I don't like this rumor, but I'm gonna tell you why after I said it. Basically, there is some rumors that the guy coming from NXT, of course, there's many promos about him, Lars Sullivan, could make his debut this Sunday at WTLC as Daniel Bryan's his bodyguard. Here's what's gonna happen with that. Daniel Bryan will have a bodyguard. That bodyguard will eventually fizzle out, and Lars Sullivan, good luck on your future endeavors. This is why, Lars Sullivan, you stay by yourself. You don't come in as a bodyguard. You debut at the Rumble, and you screw over Braun Strowman to keep the title on Lesnar. I know no one likes that. I'd rather have Strowman as the champion, but clearly Lesnar is going to be the champion going into WrestleMania because he has that draw, even though we all love Braun Strowman. But I'm just saying that is a better way to make your main roster debut as opposed to being Daniel Bryan's bodyguard.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to find something else. They do need something for him to do that makes him him, because I feel like we're already overwhelmed with Brock Lesnar. He's the Brock Lesnar. You got Braun Strowman, who's similar, but not really.
Right.
And then what's Lars Sullivan going to be? Like another Brock Lesnar or another Braun Strowman? Like, he needs some way to separate himself from those two, so I can see them doing that with Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
But I agree that it's like, then what?
Then what's going to happen?
Then what?
We're going to get another Batista, back when Batista was the Deacon Batista with Reverend Devon, and then he actually, became something.
I mean, I could see eventually
maybe
Lars turns on Daniel Bryan by next year or something,
and then he's a good guy, and hopefully the crowd's with him like they are with Braun Strowman.
Or he's just crazy and uncontrollable. Even Daniel Bryan,
Braun Strowman loses
control of him. Yeah, that's
they
why
can't control Braun.
It's tough to.
It's tough. You have to make your own image. You can't copy others, because what happens when you copy others is you really don't make it. Just look at Dolph Ziggler.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he won a title, but he's really, really underrated. I think he's definitely a valuable asset. He just turned babyface this past week, I think. Obviously, I'm not in a row. I don't know what they're doing, but his contract again could be coming to an end. We don't know what's going on. But of course, we had a comment coming in. Lars needs to debut against Roman Reigns.
I mean,
we're gonna wait 2 years.
That would be a long wait unless they keep him on NXT or something. But they've already teased him. They've teased him.
They've been teasing a lot of Lars Sullivan. So clearly, I know Vince loves this guy. Hopefully, he is the guy that Vince wants him to be, because obviously they lost a big hitter in Roman Reigns. So, moving on to top rumors now. Like I said, why is Asuka in the TLC Championship match? Before I move on with this said rumor, if you haven't already, liked, share, follow, retweet. What's the word I'm missing? One more. Like, share, retweet, follow our pages, do all that. It's all in the links. Do, of course, get it out there. You know how it is. Inside of BA coming at you every Monday night, beginning of every wrestling week, to give you the rumors for said shows / pay-per-view, if it's a pay-per-view. Before we go, as far as Bray is concerned, his song should have dropped as a reminder to W Universe when Braun was getting beat up.
There's a million things you could do right with Bray Wyatt, and they've done none of them. So, I mean, agree, that could have been Like, there's so many good ideas, and
Yeah.
none of them get used.
I don't think he shows up this Sunday
Or today.
or today. Yeah, I
Or
think he's
Sunday.
just playing. He deleted all his tweets. I think he's just playing with the crowd, just like
He's just on the sideline. He's
he's just doing his thing. But and then the performer doing her thing now. Out of nowhere, she is now in the championship match this upcoming weekend after a battle royal that she won. Asuka, what's going on with that? Basically, it's likely that Asuka, breaking news, could be walking out of TLC with the Women's Championship. So that Becky Lynch is free to battle Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. I checked the betting odds this past weekend. I didn't check today. I'm pretty sure Charlotte is the new favorite to win the title.
Okay.
But Becky Lynch is very, very close. Asuka is really, really far away. So if you're a betting man,
you might want to wait until the odds are more in your favor.
If you're a betting man, you want to put some money on Asuka, I did it last year, and I lost. So,
I would like to. I mean, I don't think Becky's coming out with the title here because she is red hot, and what better way to keep that going than winning the Women's Royal Rumble?
Correct.
Like,
and then you go on to compete with the baddest bitch on the planet.
That sets up the.
That's what we want to see. I don't know what direction they're going to go. It's going to be really interesting. I think this is like more of the we don't know what's going to happen match as far as the rest pretty much self-explanatory. Maybe Dean Ambrose and Seth, you don't really know what's going to happen in that storyline. Maybe tonight we'll clarify who you're going to pick, because of course this Thursday is the People's Podcast. It returns with the TLC SmackTalk's teams predictions. So stay tuned for this Thursday, of course. Usually around 7 o'clock we go live. If not, we apologize. We try. But continue on with Asuka. Why was she chosen to be out of this match? Well, when the man broke her nose, her face, broke her face, I think is what they said. Basically, they had to find a replacement, and the only suitable replacement was Charlotte, and that's what Vince saw. When Asuka was getting more cheers in a way, not I wouldn't say more cheers, but she was getting really like a huge ovation over the Queen when the man was choosing. It actually surprised Vince, and since that, he actually decided to capitalize on Asuka's popularity by adding her to this matchup. So she could potentially walk out this Sunday with the Women's Championship.
I mean, yes, but the one thing that happens is if that scenario plays out and Becky Lynch goes on to win the Royal Rumble to face Ronda Rousey,
right?
That leaves nothing for Charlotte except a rematch, WrestleMania, the same thing that we saw last WrestleMania. You don't want to rehash that. So I think it would be best to keep, or best for Charlotte to win.
Yep.
That way she has something to do while.
And then who would compete with Charlotte? Would it be Asuka?
I mean, you'd have Asuka probably lose before WrestleMania, then have maybe, I don't know, someone newer, some new fresh competition.
I could see them
Charlotte.
If Becky Lynch is going to actually compete with Ronda Rousey on Raw, then I can see them making Charlotte and Asuka the SmackDown side of the women's division. As far as going into, you have basically a rematch, Charlotte versus Asuka too.
Yes,
I believe it or not, I need Asuka to turn heel for me to become a fan of her.
I mean, right now,
according to my buddy at work who's talked about Asuka and how much we both hate her, he said when she was in NXT, she was a heel at one point.
So she was just kind of like that badass. That's like she's gonna kick everyone's ass no matter what.
Okay, so like Ronda.
No, Ronda's definitely a face, talking about how much she earns and how much she comes out and works her butt off and smiling and all of her promos. She's definitely a pure face right now.
We got a comment. Asuka wins. I would have to say Lynch is more jacked up than we think.
Yes, she's like, I don't know if you caught the beginning when we talk about Asuka. I mean, Becky's face, a broken nose. That's tough to deal with.
Oh yeah, of course.
Any touch, it's gonna be painful.
Yeah, it's definitely. I could see why they could take the title off her, make her calm down a little bit. She wins the Rumble, does her thing, and then Ronda Rousey she'll definitely be healed by come WrestleMania, but she'll still have her matchups, but it won't be to the extreme that you have to put on a match of 5 stars every single time. Even though you have to, of course, but like you could take a step back, actually get healed up, basically, pretty much. That was a big top rumor, of course. But moving on to now the rumored Hall of Fame inductees going into WrestleMania. Two of them, and of course, the third one is very, very, very surprising. Actually, I believe somebody from the SmackTalk team tweeted it this past weekend. I don't know if you guys caught that. Of course, go check out our Twitter handle @_SmackTalk to see what that said tweet was, or you wait to see what I said. But of course, there was a hashtag Ask Alexa that was tweeted about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago. Maybe we'll get on the show today. But check it out and go like it. And maybe we want to know what you guys think. Just go check out that question that we put up. But Hall of Fame, there's been reports suggesting that The Undertaker, of course, and NWO would be part of the ceremony. I could see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of big names, though. If they're both together, you have Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. Those are three big names right there. So that's already pretty big part. Of course, there have also been reports that The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, will be inducted into this year's Hall of Fame. And of course, due to scheduling conflicts that he has, the Hall of Fame ceremony was moved from Saturday to Friday, if you all didn't know that.
Ooh.
So there's the reason why. Why would they move that? Well, I'll tell you why. I don't know if it was because of The Rock's schedule, because I'm going to get to his original plans as the next top rumor, but there is a Ring of Honor and a New Japan Pro Wrestling show happening on Saturday.
Yes.
I don't think Vince wants to compete with that, so he moved the TakeOver show to Friday. The Hall of Fame on Saturday, if The Rock is headlining it.
Maybe
I'm sorry, no.
He also doesn't want to compete against his own NXT brand on Saturday too. You know, it's still the WWE universe.
Yeah.
And you have people having to decide, do I watch the Hall of Fame or do I watch NXT? And it's the same audience being split.
The thing is they switched them.
Yes.
NXT went to Friday. Hall of Fame went to Saturday. So they switched it. Like basically that's how the format used to be.
Okay.
Before NXT went to Saturday and Hall of Fame.
I thought NXT was always on Saturday.
In the beginning, it was on a Friday.
Okay.
I believe when we went to Dallas for WrestleMania, the NXT was on a Friday. It was really when they first started with takeovers.
Okay.
It was on Fridays, and then they switched them to Saturdays, and now they switched them again. And now going back on that, so Friday would be NXT takeover. Saturday was going to be Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And Sunday would be WrestleMania. They don't want to compete with New Japan's and Ring of Honor show, so they just put the whole Hall of Fame in there. But there's many things. It's like there's The Rock schedule. Can't make the Friday. Can't make the whole weekend, so he can only show up Saturday, Sunday if he's in a match. They don't want to compete with that. And of course, there's another thing. Where is it? I got to find it. Fox, basically, they're going to be. What's going to happen next year when SmackDown Live is now on a Friday? What's going to be? Is SmackDown's going to air on a Friday? So what is NXT going to move to? Back to Saturday, or are they going to have they stop the week off on Thursday? Takeover. I would say you don't know. How are they going to make that whole Fox deal work?
They'll have some algorithm, some logistics that'll
SmackDown's going to go unless they have both shows happen on one day. Wouldn't be at the same time. Of course, Hall of Fame and NXT. Maybe TakeOver happens a little early in the day. Hall of Fame happens earlier in the day. But I don't know. It's going to be definitely interesting how they could do the WrestleMania weekend next year when the Fox has SmackDown Live moving to Fridays live. Not taped. It's live. So Fridays will be SmackDown. Thursdays, who knows if they're going to use Thursdays. Saturday and Sunday, of course. Next week could be very interesting. Maybe they're starting off the format this year. But definitely going to be very interesting next year. But of course, like I said, The Rock could potentially be inducted. If The Rock is being inducted in The Undertaker, they wouldn't.
That's too big.
That's two big guys that
two of the biggest guys in the same night.
That's why I'm not really feeling this rumor. I feel more of the Undertaker rumor because
the Undertaker probably, or it's going to be either or. It can't be both.
It can't be both. It's two big hitters that are like those are the big.
Those are the people that
carried your.
You dedicate the Hall of Fame to
one guy.
That one guy,
right?
So you don't want them both sharing that night.
I will tell you what the original plan for The Rock was. The original plan, next top rumor for The Rock, was to return at the Royal Rumble, which is why he was the hugely big favorite going in. This is why he was the favorite. He was going to win the 30-man match, and then go on to face Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania.
Okay.
Of course, Roman Reigns get well soon. Of course, he's battling leukemia again. It's likely that it's potential. Of course, it's a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. The Rock could still return at the Rumble,
Okay.
but instead of going to face Brock Lesnar, I'm sorry, going to face The Rock. Oh, Jesus. To face Roman Reigns, you're going to face Brock Lesnar instead. But I did hear the rumor, of course, Seth Rollins, there's all these guys. I think the script is getting changed so much that we don't know what's real anymore.
Right.
The Roman Reigns leukemia
threw a wrench into all their
big
plans.
wrench into everything that they had to scrap everything. Of course, Lesnar pretty much will be a champion going into the show. Who is going to face him? We don't know. Is The Rock going to return? Can he commit to the scheduling?
Probably not.
It's definitely going to be a very interesting weeks because I'm not even sure who's going to win the Rumble.
No, this might be like
the women's. I have an idea.
This might be one of the most open men's Rumbles
in
a long time.
Like, who's going to win the men's Royal Rumble? We don't know. But speaking of Royal Rumbles now, the women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Who is the favorite? It's still 6 more weeks, so anything can change. But right now, Charlotte is the clear favorite. But Becky Lynch is a close second. Very close second. And Alexa Bliss is number 3. Does that change your TLC prediction, Tim-Ohh?
I haven't even come up with a prediction yet.
I haven't come up with a prediction either.
There's too much going on.
Too
many
much
injuries,
going on.
Too
Too
many
much script
unknowns.
changing. Definitely interesting. Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble. I could see why.
I could see that. But I still think it works out best if Becky Lynch loses this weekend.
Yes.
Wins the Rumble. Goes on to face Ronda Rousey.
That's the best scenario.
Boom. That can headline WrestleMania.
I would like Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair eliminating each other at the same time.
Oh, I don't want to cop out though. I think
then it leads into a triple threat.
Could do that.
Because what's going to happen is Becky and Charlotte are going to bicker with each other. I want to face Ronda. No, I want to face Ronda. Guess what? You're both facing Ronda. You have a triple threat. And then who knows?
And that's a good way for Ronda to get her first loss. A triple threat, not directly her
Doesn't
fault.
Get pins.
She's still undefeated one-on-one.
Now the question is, who's going to carry the SmackDown Live roster? Naomi? Asuka?
I mean, you have Asuka. You have
give it back to Carmella. I liked it when she was champ. She's a good heel champ, but now she's down to dance.
They might need a mix-up. I think they might need a mix-up before WrestleMania because a lot of these
I don't see that happening.
A lot of the stories are getting stale. Raw has been so stale. SmackDown, except for Becky and Charlotte, stale.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Bryan's pretty good.
Well, Daniel Bryan, yeah.
But The Miz and Shane, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but obviously that's going to lead into a WrestleMania match. Definitely.
There's no tag team division in Raw.
Oh,
it's like, what are you doing?
Is AOP just doing whatever they want? Pee on robes and hope for the best. But of course, who knows? But everything I just said today, of course, take it with a grain of salt if you haven't already. Retweet, like, share, follow, do all that. It's all in the links. And of course, this Thursday, if you didn't hear it before, you want to say it? Because I got to clear my throat.
This Thursday, TLC Predictions Podcast. Who's getting chopped from our last predictions?
Tell you what, Ric Flair is going to be there.
Woo! Somebody's getting chopped.
I
hope you don't wear that shirt and end up getting chopped.
Yeah, I might get electrocuted if I get chopped.
Someone might like.
It might hurt their knuckles. I don't know.
Will it hurt you more?
Yeah,
it's like stabbing into you.
That's a stab into my chest, and I might take off. I don't know.
Not a good shirt to wear for the Predictions Podcast.
I'm still gonna wear it.
But go buy it on the WWE store if you have any ugly sweater parties coming up. Great.
Why not wear the man, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair? I'm Insider BA.
I'm Tim-Ohh.
And this has been my Rumor Mill. I'll see you all next week, beginning the week off, Monday night. Peace. Too sweet.
Bye, YouTube.